Greetings to the viewers who are accompanying 24-hour channel. We wish you and all the viewers good health and wonderful moment on the channel. What events have taken place today? What is the special situation of global security? Please update with us in the following video.
The ancient saying goes, disasters foretell calamity if there is no repentance, waiting for a great catastrophe. This saying is now strongly resonating in China, as natural phenomena during the night serve as warnings of impending disasters for the mainland population. Since ancient times, even the deities have predicted the fate of China under the rule of the Chinese Communist Party. Today, these predictions are eerily accurate. In the past 4 days, unusual and frequent natural occurrences have been observed in China. For nearly a week, bizarre phenomena have appeared one after another, including unexplained phenomena. In mountainous regions, howling winds and incessant wolf cries during the night have deterred the locals from venturing outdoors. Ladies and gentlemen, for over 2,000 years, the Great Wall has stood as a symbol, a wonder of the world, and a source of national pride for the Chinese people. Many have wondered what makes this magnificent wall defy time, standing tall and proud for thousands of years. But now, it faces danger and captures the special attention of the public as it transforms from a symbol of pride to a tragic disaster for the Chinese people. A powerful 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck the southern region of China, passing through the area where a section of the Great Wall traverses. It submerged over 600 meters of the wall running through Yunnan province, resulting in the loss of over 120 lives, mostly tourists visiting the area, including a close relative of Chinese President Xi Jinping. The fortunate survivors witnessed a horrifying scene on this section of the Great Wall, as the earth cracked open, swallowing hundreds of unfortunate individuals into its depths. Prior to this earthquake, both the ground and the Great Wall exhibited signs of tremors and emitted terrifying noises, causing many to fall to the ground and instilling fear and anxiety among the majority. The catastrophe did not end there. Shortly after the earthquake, a tsunami struck, causing severe destruction along the southern coastal areas, including Guangdong Province and Guangxi Autonomous Region. Over 17,000 villages and houses were heavily damaged, and more than 220 people were swept away by the ferocious waves, shocking both domestic and international communities. The majority of netizens firmly believe that when the divine takes action, anything can happen. The secret behind the Great Wall standing strong for thousands of years without collapsing and the reasons behind its current unfortunate incident have sparked intense discussions and speculation. All of these details are covered in today's news bulletin. We invite our viewers to listen attentively. Ladies and gentlemen, the Great Wall, also known as the Long Wall, is an extensive fortification stretching approximately 21,000 kilometers in northern China. It was ordered to be constructed by the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang. The idea of building the Great Wall was conceived by Qin Shi Huang as a means to protect China from invasion and plunder by northern nomadic tribes, according to historical records. In reality, the initial traces of the Great Wall appeared hundreds of years before Qin Shi Huang's time. During the spring and autumn period in 220 BC, Qin Shi Huang ordered the removal of border barriers between the feudal states, connecting the existing statues in the north to form the Great Wall. General Meng Tian was entrusted with supervising the construction process, utilizing a massive workforce consisting of common people and prisoners. The Great Wall of China, built during the reign of Emperor Qin Shi Huang, stretches for 4,800 kilometers from Xinheiguan to Kamtu. In some areas, the wall was constructed thicker to enhance security. It stands approximately 10 meters high with scattered watchtowers. According to history, the ancient Chinese historical records state that an estimated 400,000 people lost their lives during the construction of the Great Wall under Emperor Qin Shi Huang. The deceased were buried inside the wall. The number of 400,000 deaths has been a subject of debate among Chinese scholars. Some believe that the 400,000 casualties included the army led by General Meng Tian, which advanced northward to suppress minority tribes and create space for building the Great Wall. It is unclear how many people died in combat, during the construction itself, or due to illness. One point of contention is that Emperor Qin Shi Huang, who ascended to the throne and held power for about 10 years, passed away. Apart from the Great Wall, Emperor Qin Shi Huang also commissioned the construction of numerous other grand projects, consuming significant human resources. Thus, the number of casualties during the construction of the Great Wall under Emperor Qin Shi Huang may have been exaggerated, according to history. Following this period, both General Meng Tian and Emperor Qin Shi Huang's eldest son, Fu Su, fell victim to conspiracies. China fell into chaos, and the construction plan for the Great Wall was halted for hundreds of years. Today, the remnants of the Great Wall primarily date back to the Ming Dynasty, from 1368 to 1644. The current Great Wall was built starting from 1474. As the Ming Dynasty transitioned to a defensive strategy after continuous expansion of its borders. The expansion and reinforcement of the Great Wall aligned with this strategy. It is estimated that approximately 25,000 watchtowers were constructed along the walls. The wall was built using sturdy materials, with hard stones and improved surfaces compared to the time of Emperor Qin Shi Huang. Interestingly, despite its larger scale, the number of deaths during the construction of the Great Wall in the Ming Dynasty is not mentioned. In reality, although the Great Wall is a monumental structure with strategic significance, it has never been able to halt the advances of northern enemies, including the nomadic tribes of the Mongols or, ultimately, the Manchu people. In the mid-17th century, the Manchus from the north advanced southward, traversing the Great Wall to seize control of Beijing, ending the rule of the Ming Dynasty and ushering in the Qing Dynasty. Modern military historians often downplay the true value of the magnificent wall. The Ming Dynasty invested vast amounts of money and effort in its construction and maintenance, but it proved less effective than acquiring additional weapons such as cannons and guns to enhance combat capabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, at approximately 8 a.m. yesterday, a powerful earthquake measuring over 7.5 on the Richter scale struck the southern region of China, where the last section of the Great Wall passes through. It submerged over 500 meters of the wall running through Yunnan province, resulting in the loss of more than 420 lives. Our news bulletin reported that most of the victims were tourists visiting the area, witnessing a horrifying scene. Furthermore, shortly after the earthquake, a tsunami hit the southern coastal areas, including Guangxi Autonomous Region, Guangdong Province, and Shanghai. Over 17,000 houses and more than 2,200 individuals were swept away by the ferocious waves, shaking both domestic and international communities. The Chinese government, particularly the provinces of Guangxi, Guangdong, and Jiangsu, is making efforts to mitigate the aftermath of this devastating disaster. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vietnamese government has officially handed over 300 tons of rice to the flood-affected people in China after receiving requests for assistance from the Beijing authorities. In their request, China asked Vietnam to accept over 10 million Chinese citizens seeking refuge, but Vietnam outright refused to avoid strained relations with its neighboring country. Recently, the National Meteorological Center of China issued a warning that the Yangtze River Basin would experience heavy rainfall in the next 24 hours. The center estimated that the total precipitation in the southern part of the Yangtze River Basin would reach approximately 100 to 180 millimeters, with some areas possibly receiving up to 300 millimeters of rainfall. The center also warned of heavy rain in northern regions of China, such as Tibet, Xinjiang, Qinghai, Gansu, Inner Mongolia, Beijing, Tianjin, Liaoning, and Heilongjiang in the coming days. During a press conference in Beijing yesterday, the Deputy Minister of Water Resources of China stated that floods were expected in rivers including the Yellow River, Hai River, and Tumen River in northern China in the following days. However, the residents in these areas lack experience in coping with such devastating floods. Mr. Deep emphasized the need for more attention to be paid to the northern region of China. Deputy Minister Deep explained that the precipitation in the Yangtze River Basin and summer monsoon would be 1.5 to 2.6 times higher than in previous years. The authorities need to evacuate the affected population to avoid further impact. A resident from Ziyun Village, located in Donglang City of Anhui Province in eastern China along the Yangtze River, shared that he and the villagers were forced to leave their homes near a small levee on that day. Mr. Wang added that the authorities had abandoned smaller embankment areas to protect larger ones. Hudong Village and dozens of other villages in the districts were submerged by floodwaters after multiple breaches in the embankments. Officials announced that they had evacuated the affected residents, but the Yu ethnic minority people are still trapped in their homes. The floods have not receded from this area. In an interview with the Epoch Times, the father of a family stated that flooding was everywhere, and they were unable to leave their homes. They were in dire need of food. The flood waters have reached their peak in Wuhan City, the capital of Hubei province in central China. Many people expressed sympathy for their fellow mainland Chinese citizens, but they solely blamed the greed of President Xi Jinping's government. Due to his misguided policies and improper approach, China has become paralyzed and is experiencing unprecedented suffering. Currently, over 1.4 billion mainland Chinese citizens are losing faith in President Xi Jinping's leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, from the beginning of this year until now, China has experienced a series of storms with 2 typhoons, 164 thunderstorms, floods, landslides, and hailstorms. These natural disasters have resulted in over 100 deaths, many missing individuals, and 130 injuries. Flash floods, landslides, earthquakes, and tsunamis have swept away more than 1,750 houses into the East Sea. Numerous government agencies and departments in China have been sealed off due to the rising floodwaters. The economic losses are measurable in monetary terms. However, what is noteworthy here is that the lives of the people have been frozen and paralyzed, with activities coming to a halt. The national power grid system has been disrupted, schools are closed, factories and enterprises have been sealed off, and a significant number of people have become unemployed.
That was the latest information that we have just updated. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell button to receive the latest information, the most accurate from our editorial team. Thank you for your interest and support. Goodbye and see you in the upcoming videos of the program.